Yet again, you brought your usual chaos to the scene.
Good morning, Robert. How are you today?
I didn't sleep, thanks to you. I've got an important meeting this evening. Look at me. So I'm not feeling very well.
The chaos was caused by eggs being thrown at the house. I didn't enjoy it either. But the boys doing it seem to have the same attitude to me as you. So what's your problem? That it woke you?
I haven't got time for this. Marion!
I thought we were okay for time.
There's not a moment to waste. Oh, it's no wonder my blood pressure is through the roof. Armed conflict was less stressful than this.
Calm down. We can't be like this when we get to Dr. Clay.
At least I'll be with my kind of people tonight.
Was fine, but now little baby Emily's coming on, of course. You're out there, aren't you?
Thanks.
Little bags of character is perfect for us.
Pleasure.
I suppose I'll have to go back to work one day.
Yeah, well, you need the break, didn't you?
Why don't we split up?
Besides, it's been nice to spend time together. And you feel guilty if you left me on my own. How would I cope?
I'm sure you'll be fine.
We'll take Emily, yeah?
Most brothers would be glad to have their sisters out the way.
You can't stay in your current house.
Yeah, well, I'm not like most brothers, am I?
There it is there.
It's not our fault we get on.
Here, and the centre of Reading, all around.
It is.
But we've got to face facts.
We have.
Korea. Now that was a real education.
You told me you fought for a better society. Doesn't that include everyone's right to an education?
Perhaps. I still think too much mollycoddling is a bad thing. Libraries can't prepare them for the real world.
Right, well, it's a little high, but I think your own passionate nature may have something to do with that.
Principle, Doctor. I know what my problem is, and it isn't me. I didn't fight to have a man in a skirt next door. Sheila. What kind of man chooses a name like that?
Well, your neighbour would say it's because she isn't a man, she's a woman.
I got Marion to think about. And that woman is a bad influence. The one time Marion followed her own ideas and left home, she ended up in a bad marriage. It was me who picked up the pieces.
Why, you can't live life without risk. I'm sure your mother wasn't thrilled when you joined the army, but you're okay, you survived. You must want Marion to be able to look after herself.
What, when I'm gone? What else does that reading tell you? If it carries on the same way much longer, I will have a heart attack and I'll know who to blame.
And you wonder why you have high blood pressure?
Everything okay?
Well, higher than it should be. That's to be expected in the circumstances. Oh, have you met Marion before?
No. Nice to meet you.
I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, dear.
You don't have to worry. You're a soft liberal, but you're a good doctor, I'll give you that. Well, we better get on with our tasks for the day. Goodbye, Dr. Clay.
Thanks. He thinks I see a woman, Doctor. He'd only ask you lots of questions about me if he knew.
Patient confidentiality, not even a major can break that. You are your own person, you know.
I'm not sure it feels like that sometimes.
Well, if you ever need to talk.
Marion!
That's all I could say.
Well,
Karen, what do you do?
I've got a growth. Oh, you can have a look at it. It's already bigger than when I noticed it this morning. It's practically deformed.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying deformed.
Would you, Dr. Hassan?
No, maybe an abnormality.
Or even a malformation.
A malformation?
Well, that can happen, and they can spread.
Yeah, and not the most professional look, particularly when it looks like that.
Well, aren't you going to help me? What should I do?
Let's wait till the end of the day, but resting can make it worse. You better keep moving.
Carry on as normal is the best advice.
Do you need any help?
Oh, I'm okay, thanks. I like your coat.
Thank you, it's new.
I could do with some new clothes. Everything I've got seems so frumpy.
A shopping trip is always good for the morale, I find. If you love it when you see it, then buy it. That's my motto. Do you fancy going for lunch later? No rush, you know.
Everything has to run like clockwork.
Is life ever that simple? I may be speaking out of turn, but you've got to stick up for yourself, or no one else will. This is it. Your life, and you've got to grab it. Otherwise, what are you waiting for? We can do lunch another time.
What did it want, then?
She has a name.
She? Oh, come on, Marion. It's all an act.
Why do you see harm when there is none?
I don't want you talking to that thing anymore. You better get the food put away, and then we can begin to think about lunch.
It's Sheila, and I'm not your servant. Fancy a lift? Lunch?
Sounds good to me, if you're sure.
I'm sure.
Your father?
He'll be fine.
Looking good?
Think you're making fun of me or something?
What kind of fun?
I don't know, pull my hair or...
Like this?
Oi! Don't.
Can't help it.
Right, we need to get some fresh air. Come on, get the coats.
We could take a quick look at the shops before lunch. You haven't killed anyone. You've put yourself first for once. Look, courage deserves its own reward.
Nail salon?
Yes, for a manicure.
Oh, no, I couldn't. This is your appointment.
Having my hair done tomorrow is enough for 1 week. Can't help it. I'm vain. Besides, your nails need it more than mine.
I'm sure it's bigger, you know, that thing on my foot. Oh.
Hello. Yes, I'd like to speak to someone regarding a child access case. It's about my daughter. Thank you.
Do you need anything while I'm out?
Nope.
You okay?
Wonderful. You know, I love the fact that I have to make an appointment, to try and make an appointment to see my own daughter.
You just got to keep at it, Daniel. I know it's frustrating, but what other choice have you got?
Yeah, exactly. None. Because of Ruth. Broken everything.
Well, Ruth's a rather broken person herself at the moment. You can't blame her.
Can't I? She's torn apart a family out of spite. I might lose Izzy because of her poison.
Oof, and that's the view from the moral high ground. I can't believe you're talking about her like this. On a professional level, at least, I'd expect you to show some understanding. You know how she must be suffering.
And that excuses what she's done to me, does it?
Daniel, it's not all about you. In fact, that's one of the reasons you're in this mess, because you think everything revolves around you. If you see something, you just take it, like the way you slept with Ruth.
Hang on.
It's the truth. Your real problem is that everything Ruth told Lisa is true. What's happening to you now is down to you. Would you want a man treating Izzy the way you treat women?
What's that got to do with anything?
If you want to be respected as a responsible father, then you have to accept that you're in this position because of you. And do something about it.
Oh, just answer, Marion. This is your father, and you know my number. Ring me as soon as you get this and tell me where you are.
So how are you enjoying the fresh air then?
It's nice. Not sure about the company, though.
Me neither.
Adam?
You were right. You can't do this.
But we already are. Adam!
Where is she?
Sorry?
I just want to know where she is. She's not answering her phone and she's been gone over 3 hours.
3 hours is hardly a lifetime. I gave her my manicure appointment.
A manicure? This is your influence. Marion always answers her phone. Will I even recognize her when she gets back? If she gets back?
I accepted a lift and we looked in some shops before having lunch. Do you want to know what we ate?
No.
I've no sinister motives, and I'm sorry if our friendship is so repulsive to you.
Your kind of friendship is...
Goodbye.
It must be me. She's ignoring me. I just want to know she's all right.
I'll phone her. Hello?
What is it?
I got cut off.
What do you mean? Why? Was she meeting anyone?
No, she said she was coming straight home after the manicure. I don't know. Doesn't feel right.
Feel right? What's that female intuition? Oh, where is she? What if she's hurt?
But calm down. We don't know if anything's happened yet. Come on.
What?
Let's find her.
Oh.
Where you been?
I had to be on my own.
Suddenly go off my company.
You know why?
My kissing not up to standard anymore.
Michelle.
I'm sorry, I cannot even say the word now. It was you who wanted to kiss me, remember?
I know. When we were here and it was just us.
It was just us in the park.
No, it wasn't. And it never will be, will it? You were right. You always have been. Wasn't that the words you used last time? That you were doing the right thing when you ended it?
Do you think that it was easy for me before? That I didn't feel anything because I did? I can't get over you twice, Adam.
I don't want to have to get over you either. But this isn't how it should be, is it? It's one thing when we're hidden away together, but when we go outside, we'll never be accepted. How can we be?
I wasn't going to go out of asylum in my head.
Exactly. You'd always be ashamed.
No, why should we be?
Because we're not normal.
Oh, and what's normal? Couples who cheat on each other, hurt each other, but that's okay because they're not like us. We're just happy together.
We just love each other.
Adam, look, I don't care what other people think. It really doesn't mean much anyway. And doing the right thing doesn't always make you happy. And I just want to be happy, Adam, and I just want to be with you. I don't want to just have to say goodbye, Adam, please.
It's the only thing we can do.
She definitely had her nails done. Passionate fire.
I beg your pardon?
The colour. She parked parallel to this street, so we'll head for there.
I don't know why on earth you've dragged me along here. Marion would never walk somewhere like this.
We all take shortcuts sometimes.
Dangerous, if you ask me. One should always do things properly.
Dad?
Are you all right? Have you been mugged?
Self-defense isn't my strong point. I came off worse.
Bring the car round. Robert, come on. Get a grip. Surely we should both know how to handle a difficult situation. We were trained for it.
What do you mean we were trained?
When we were in the army.
You were in the army?
Yes.
You?
Yes. The car. Oh, we'll take you to the campus, it's nearer.
You got my phone?
All that matters is that you're okay. Your father was really worried about you.
Oh, well, it won't need stitches.
You think I've been stupid, don't you?
And the main thing is there's no major damage. You can replace the phone, but we can't buy a new Marion. Besides, if something happened to you, who'd look after your father? No, I didn't mean that unkindly.
No, you're right. I'm like his PA, aren't I? I chauffeur him everywhere, I do the cooking.
Look, patient confidentiality isn't just a soundbite. Whatever you say won't go outside of this room.
Funny, isn't it? I can whack a mugger, but I can't say boo to my own dad.
Well, he's got a lot of character. Soon puts me in my place.
Yeah, but he respects you. I don't think he does me.
And that makes you feel...
Like a child, like I'm not really a woman, but a girl. I look at Sheila and she's so out there, you know? She's so totally herself in a way that I've never been. I always feel like I'm pretending.
You're pretending to be what?
I don't know. Whatever it is my dad thinks I should be. It's like I can't be bothered to fight. I just go along with it. Anything for a quiet life.
But it isn't a quiet life, though, is it?
Not today, it hasn't been.
So, if you hadn't fought today, what would have happened?
He would have got this. It was my mother's. I couldn't let him have that, could I?
Look, Marion, I like your father. He's got a strong personality, which is why you have to match it. I don't mean hit him over the head with your handbag, but...
Maybe a gentle nudge. He thinks if I'm busy, I won't do anything stupid. He doesn't really understand me. I found it easier telling you things than I would him.
I think that maybe if you changed how you saw yourself, maybe your dad would too. Does that make sense? And I think you should go into the world alone more. And we all know you can take care of yourself.
Yeah, she knew how to keep my father in line.
You're very calm in all this.
Flapping about won't make things better. Never does in a difficult situation. And Dr. Clay'll take care of Marion. He's good at these types of things.
How would you know?
He's my doctor. And I've sometimes needed his help.
He's my doctor.
I don't like to break this to you, but he has more than just you for a patient.
How is she?
Well, the cut is nothing serious. I think she's more in shock than anything else. So if you just keep an eye on her, if there's any change in the next 24 hours, and take her straight to the hospital.
Of course.
Can I see her?
Yeah, just go straight through. Right, Marion told me what happened, and I've let the police know, but we can wait until tomorrow to do an official report.
I should think so. He won't get away with this if I get my hands on him. Anyway, you never told me Sheila was your patient.
No, of course I didn't. Patient confidentiality.
She was in the army, you know. Someone like her, a soldier. I usually get on with other soldiers. There's an understanding, you see. We know what conflict is like, how it stays with you. But she's just strange.
Well, you don't have to be best friends, but you could be a bit more accepting. A bit more comradeship between neighbours isn't such a bad thing, is it? And haven't you told me how you fought against prejudice for people's personal freedom? Or is that just a selective principle?
Well,
she did help you find Marion.
Perhaps. But if she hadn't gone out with her in the first place, this wouldn't have happened.
I don't think you can blame Sheila for your daughter getting mugged.
Left her with funny ideas, like taking shortcuts. I've always taught her to be sensible. Now look what she goes and does. If I'm not watching her...
Didn't you say this morning that too much mollycoddling was a bad thing?
Well, what's that got to do with anything?
Well, and that libraries can't teach students what about the real world?
Doctor, you really are odd sometimes.
Robert, you've done a really good job. You have a daughter who you can be really proud of. Maybe it's time to let her go.
It's bigger. it'll burst through my shoe like alien tomorrow.
Oh, well, that can be a side effect of localised malformations.
What, my foot'll burst?
Yeah, a tiny little alien bursts through and scuttles across the surgery floor. And when that happens, you must come and see me straight away.
Oh, yeah, very funny, Granger. And you're just as bad. I'll have the pair of you for this, mark my words.
Interesting, the way you relate to women. Flirting, teasing.
Come on, we're friends.
And as a mate, can I suggest you look at the common theme to your current problems?
My love life.
I haven't seen much evidence of love being involved, have you?
No. It's been fun. Sometimes.
The next time you see an attractive woman, could you use your brain a little bit more? You're not obliged to sleep with everyone you fancy. After all, it's not a tactic that's brought you long-term success. And it won't help in a custody battle.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that I could do that. I mean, no more meaningless sex.
How old are you?
All right, I can do this. From now on, meaningful encounters only.
Encounters doesn't sound very long-term.
All right, relationships then. Forget instant gratification. Stability and commitment.
Steady on, Daniel. You don't want to give yourself a malformation.
Well, Marion, I don't think anyone will be messing with you again. Sounds like you got a good right hook.
She could have been badly hurt.
No one can help their instincts. Fighting back, it must be genetic.
We'll get you home soon. I can make you a chopped up egg in a cup.
Dad?
What? I used to make you that when you were poorly as a child. You loved it.
I know, but...
Oh, I'll be cooking this evening.
I think Marion's had enough shocks for one day.
You've got your reunion.
No, I wouldn't leave you. No, remind me, do you break the egg in the cup and or boil it and then chop it up?
Oh, Dad.
What?
You boil it and then chop it.
You'll have to take me through it.
Oh, I don't even want it. If anything, I want a large glass of wine.
You can't drink. Not
I know. I'm just saying what I'd like. I'm not a child. I can be by myself, and you can go to your reunion. I'd feel terrible if you missed it. He's not taking any more from us.
You've had a bang on the head.
Yes, and maybe I needed it. It can't stay like this, can it? I don't have my own life. I live alongside yours. When am I me? I need to change, to move out. Otherwise, I'll end up resenting you.
Just want you to be happy, Marion.
Then let me grow up. Please go tonight. They're your friends.
I can sit with Marion. The reunion's important. There's a special relationship with the people you fought with. They understand what you've been through in a way that no one else can.
You've never missed one before. I'd hate it if you missed it because of me. Please, Dad.
If you're sure. Thank you. Well, I suppose if you can fight off muggers, I shouldn't worry. We should make a move. Let Dr. Clay here deal with some love-struck teenagers who think they're dying of a broken heart.
Come on, didn't we all feel that way when we were teenagers?
She'd be proud that you didn't let it go. As am I.
If you're gonna leave, just go.
I'm not going until you say goodbye.
With the kiss or a handshake.
I'm sorry. I never thought we'd have to go through this again.
We don't. Can't you see we've got another chance? We found each other.
We didn't find each other. Ruth found me.
It was all so different this morning.
When it was just me and you. I seen that family in the park. We can never be that. I can never give you that.
Who said that I even want that?
We should at least have the choice. Otherwise we'll always be scared that we're going to be found out. It's better we do it now, otherwise it'll be harder the longer that we're together.
I never planned on us having to part again.
Me neither. But it break us up in the end. It's too big. You know that.
If you're gonna leave, just go.
I'd like you to meet Cherry Malone. She's going to be our new practice nurse.
Oh, no, Katie, please, don't do this to me now. Not today.
Put a list of the offenders up in reception. Name and shame them.
There's been a nuclear apocalypse. Half the world wiped out, including Leatherbridge and the sun.
Because Ruth's our friend.
No, she might be your friend, but whatever warped, twisted things she had going on with me, that certainly wasn't friendship.
Murdered right under his nose, a man's found dead at Mark Sloane's house next here on BBC1 Scotland in another diagnosis murder.